Hey everybody, welcome to the Direct Styles Studio. I just thought that I would take a few minutes and tell you a little bit about myself and my journey because I think it's something that I'm going to be diving into more and more as I start looking at filming things for my YouTube channel. But I have been working in international development now for over 35 years. My expertise is in really nonprofits, helping them get set up, helping them strengthen their operations, helping them strengthen all of the work that they do, get new business, break into new market niches, go after working with foundations and big funders and things like that. And over the years, I have also been fascinated in the creative side. When I first started out my life, long time ago, I wanted to be a filmmaker. I really wanted to go to University of Southern California and learn how to direct, write, produce films. Um, that journey never really opened for me, even though I did work in filmmaking off and on. When I first was starting out a long time ago, I did some educational videos. I worked for a company, I think it was called Midwest Film Corporation or something like that. Worked on doing makeup and was a gaffer, and I loved doing those things. But then my life led me overseas, where I lived in Egypt, I lived in Ecuador, and I lived in Jordan for a long time. I got really into the fiber scene in those places, not really knowing that I was into it, right? Like I would be buying things like appliques and weavings from Ecuador, and I bought a lot of really cool things when I was in Egypt and when I traveled. I got a lot of stuff from Asia and my different trips. And one of the things that I always really kind of regretted was I was not in the creative space. So years have gone by. I've now, in the past 4 years, I've started my own consulting firm, and I work with nonprofits to help support them in the work that they do. I have 3 really cool clients that I'm working with right now. And at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, I'd really like to pivot. I really don't want to end my working years and my career years not working in a creative space. And so one thing that I'm doing right now is I'm starting to launch doing, as you guys who are watching my channel, I'm doing things like I'm going and I'm teaching in different places. I'm teaching how to sew, things I've just learned to do. I'm teaching how to crochet. And I'm teaching how to weave, stuff that I've learned to do that I absolutely love. And one of the things that I am starting to coalesce and I'm going to be filming in the next week or two is I'm going to start doing my YouTube journey where I talk about my life overseas. I talk about things that influenced me. I'm going to talk about all of the different fibers that I experienced overseas, and like the tent maker's souk in Cairo and the beautiful weavings that I saw when I was in the Andes. And I really want to start being able to do a YouTube channel where I'm talking about pivoting into another chapter of my life. And I like to talk with people who are in their 50s, 60s, and even, if you're younger and you're really interested in these things, that's fantastic. I'd also like to talk about men that are pivoting into a creative space. I think a lot of people these days are, when you look at new chapters of your life, you think, what do I want to do? And the big new chapter of my life is I really want to expand on my creative space. I want to be able to learn to develop patterns that I can sell. I'd like to be able to do teaching and training, but I'd really also like to launch into more and more talking about my experiences overseas and sharing what I learned, what I experienced, what I saw, and just all of the really cool things, all linked through, woven through my life with thread. The other thing is my mom, who was big on textiles, she knit, she crocheted, she sewed, she made lace, she designed all kinds of vintage outfits, she made Victorian dresses for a nonprofit that she started. She did a lot of hand quilting. She just loves doing things with her hands, and she's really influenced me in my life. When I lost her a few years ago, I realized that I would never have that person that I could go back to and say, how do you do this, and can you show me that? And I'm so thankful that she showed me so many things and she influenced me through my life that I can take on these different things. But anyway, so I'm going to start probably adding some to my channel here, as well as adding to my YouTube more about my life and talk more about my past of my years in Cairo. I lived there for almost 10 years. My travels around the world, I've been to places like Malaysia, and I've been to Myanmar, and I've been to Syria, and I've been to a lot of different places. And, you know, it's really cool to be able to share those experiences with people. I'd like to also see what I could share in terms of how I can encourage people to explore more and find new chapters of their lives. So if you are looking at a new chapter in your life, if you are expanding into something different and you're really trying to explore a new space for yourself, I'd love to hear from you. I'd also love if you could follow me and we could share our experiences with each other. And that's part of why I have this channel, is I really want people to be able to see the things that I've learned and share with you all the things that I've learned and as I learn them. So thanks for listening, and I hope you'll tune in for more of these updates and stories of my life, as I'm going to call them. And when I launch my YouTube video, I've got 4 videos planned that I need to start filming, which I'm going to probably start filming as soon as it's not so hot I can't sit on the porch, because I'm going to do the first couple on my porch. But I'm going to do a video where I talk about my mom and the fact that she taught me how to do that hat that I've got in my profile below. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experiences in Cairo and looking through the tent maker souk, and I have so many fabrics that I bought overseas. I'm going to show you some of those beautiful tent maker souk things. I want to talk about my trips in the Andes and the different things that I saw in the markets up there. I want to talk a little bit about how I saw weaving in different countries, and that kind of influenced me as well. And I think that the coolest part is that a lot of these things have influenced my sense of design and the colors I like and stuff like that. But anyway, so if you are interested in following my journey into a new path, if you are interested in sharing with me anything you're doing in your new path, let me know. It would be great to connect with other, let's call them next chapter content creators and hear from you guys. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.